The hail potential, looking at vertical integrated liquid, it's just a fancy name for how much ice can see in the atmosphere. And so don't see as much of the hail potential right now, but earlier we were, but we still have the ongoing tornado warnings. Now we're about 30 minutes away from sunset. So hopefully once we get just past sunset, we're going to see the intensity of some of these storms lessen a little bit, but we're not there yet. There's a look at, again, Stinking Creek area, a little bit of that small hail. The other storm we were talking about, moving its way down into the valley, and again, the other tornado warning continues to come in from Campbell and Scott County, and that's for Caryville, Fincastle, Jacksboro, La Follette. Again, an additional tornado warning. These are different cells we're looking at. So Caryville, Jacksboro, that's the storm we were talking about a moment ago with a little bit of weaker rotation, but it could pulse up at any time. And we want you to be prepared and be in your safe place around Jacksboro, La Follette, and Fincastle. And Cove Lake area, probably good to go ahead and get in the bathhouse and out of the campers until that storm passes by, although it's just generally north of Cove Lake. But you can look up toward the ridge and you can see that dark cloud and certainly maybe some rotating clouds. And you can see that broad rotation when we're talking about these storms making their way through. We hear the heavy rain that has arrived here at Channel 10 on a rooftop, and very heavy rainfall is making its way into Knox County. A severe thunderstorm warning continues again for Knox County as well. There's the look at that, again, velocity scan, possibility of a tornado in Campbell County, north of or near Jacksboro, just north of there, and heading toward La Follette. So again, right along, again, Highway 25W, making its way from Campbell County due east. So be prepared to move into your safe place. All right, let's go ahead and wind back out on radar. Kaylee, thank you so much. And again, we are continuing to see these storms making the way generally east-northeast about 35 to 45 miles per hour. A moment ago, we talked about the initial round of storms. Look how they're blossoming now in the Southern Valley. If we go ahead and do, thank you, Kaylee. I was going to say do a radar loop. That's perfect. Hold it right there. See how these are just really blossoming. All these are potentially severe because they're individual cells. They have a lot of focused wind energy in each one of these. Now, a little bit of a break on the plateau. The main line that's coming out of Middle Tennessee is starting to catch back up with the initial individual cells that have been strong to severe. So that's what we're seeing, kind of a 1-2 punch. Just a brief break on the plateau for you right now from Crossville near Jamestown, but heads up Jamestown, you've got a new line of storms. Now, again, heavy rain, strong storms, some of these could be severe, but notice the difference. The individual cells are cellular in nature with rotation, and a lot of these have been severe with some hail, some rotation, damaging winds, and even some isolated tornadoes possible. This is more linear in nature. So you have winds that are focused, when we say linear, just more of a straight line, right? Instead of individual cells, it's focused in a linear fashion, and you could have some high winds, but that's more like you take your hand through water and just push it along. That's like taking your hand through the air and it's just pushing along. So some focused high winds, more of your typical line of thunderstorms coming along the plateau. Now, these could pulse up and be severe, hopefully not, but we're still dealing with the atmosphere that's unstable, that's making its way off the plateau into parts of the valley, and including down towards Sweetwater and Athens. Again, this is over, I think, just the last hour. And you can see how these thunderstorms are really blossoming down Interstate 75 in the valley. Oak Ridge, again, let's go ahead and zoom back into Oak Ridge and Knoxville and Maynardville. Where you see the clusters of lightning, that's where you have the most intense energy going on in the atmosphere right now. So heavy rain, strong to severe storms, Oak Ridge area coming out of Coalfield, Oliver Springs, as we mentioned a moment ago, Norwood, and continue to make their way, Oliver Springs, Oak Ridge, up toward Clinton, Powell, again, Edgemore, Solway, right along the Anderson and Knox County line, and even back just now to the east of Kingston, Midtown area, and heavy rainfall. We're hearing that on a rooftop inside the 640 loop, and here in downtown Knoxville. Look at that. As one of my good friends, Bill, you say, we got red rain, Todd. Yeah, even a little bit of purple. Just simply he's talking about heavy rain. So yeah, Doppler radar, look at the colors, the intensities, as you go from light green to the reds, the purples, and even on the higher in the scale, it gets very heavy. So we've got very heavy rainfall, maybe some stronger winds moving through the Knox area, and we'll keep you updated on any potential power outages. Kelsey's in the back, and Kaylee and Tavy, and if I get a chance to check KUB on that, hopefully not too much, but we could have some of those now that the storms are making their way into even more populated areas. We'll keep you updated on that. This is velocity. Don't see severe winds, at least right at the moment. that we're currently looking at. But again, we still could be talking about some damage and wind gusts, some heavy rain, but especially heavy rain with lightning for at the moment. All right, I'll be back in a moment. Let me send it right up now over to you, Kaylee.
Todd, thanks so much. We are still watching the traffic cameras. Look at this. This is 40 in Hall of Fame. People still making their way out the door for this evening. We've had multiple reports of crews working and just helping folks out right there. So again, this is 40 in Hall of Fame, and also this is the 40-75 and 640 split right there. You can see people are taking it slow out on the roads for this evening, as they definitely should. We're going to continue to see more rain chances as we go on throughout the rest of the day. Those semis doing the right thing, going a little bit more on the slower side. Very important when you're driving in rain, please have your headlights on and give yourself a good distance between you and other vehicles, just in case you happen to hydroplane or someone else happens to hydroplane. Some folks driving a little too fast right there. But yeah, also want to take it a little closer to home, show you what's going outside our neighborhood. So this is our weather porch. You can see the thermometer. We're seeing temperatures right now in the mid 70s. But also look at all of that rain coming down. So we're also experiencing that here in North Knoxville at the moment. So a lot of rain all across the region. Let's go ahead and show you outside what's going on all across the area right now. This is the amount of rainfall we're seeing here in the Knoxville area. Just in the past, Tavian, what is this, about several hours, past 24 hours? Yeah, so about 3/4 of an inch of rain just in the past several hours. And we're going to continue to see more rain as we go on throughout this evening and also throughout overnight. So look at this. Northwestern portions of our region, Jamestown West, right along southeast Kentucky, seeing around, looks like around 2 to 3 inches of rain. If we can highlight that, see exactly the amount of rainfall that we are seeing there, maybe around 2 to 3 inches of rain. Let's go ahead and highlight that and see, just to be on the safe side as far as rainfall totals go, near the Jamestown area, if we can, Tavian. Wow, almost 4.5 inches of rain, 1 inch of rain near the Wartburg area, 2.5 inches of rain. So yeah, it's a lot of rain that we're seeing outside right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the radar loop as far as the watches and warnings go. Again, we are under severe thunderstorm watch until 11 o'clock this evening for most of East Tennessee. But right now, we're watching this one tornado warning right now in Southwest Virginia, also a thunderstorm warning in Southwest Virginia, and part of Southeast Kentucky. Again, this is what we're monitoring. This is again in Lee County, but let's go ahead and look a little bit closer to the northern portions of Tennessee and also into parts of Kentucky right there. Thank you. Let's zoom in right there. There's that tornado warning. This is in effect until 9 o'clock Eastern time. If we can go ahead and get that warning right back up there real quick.
Real quick.
Yeah, Todd.
Keep going. I'm just going to chime in real quick.
Let's go ahead.
Tornado sirens are apparently going off in Caryville and La Follette in Campbell County, as with this tornado warning that's moving through Campbell County. Kaylee?
All right, Todd, thanks so much for that information. So yeah, what Todd just mentioned, we are hearing tornado warnings right in the Campbell County area. If you're near Clearfield, Habersham, and also Powell Valley, you want to get to your safe space right now. And we're seeing hail. This is actually small compared to what we have been seeing the past few hours, 3/4 inches in diameter. If we can get the radar loop going and just track this, Tavian, as far as the timing goes in some of the cities, that would be great. Give us 1 second here. And also, while Tavian's doing that, look at all of that lightning. We've been monitoring our cameras all across East Tennessee, and just a moment ago, I saw a lot of lightning in Market Square. So very important, please go inside, whether you're under a tornado warning, whether you're under a severe thunderstorm warning. So right now, Flat Hollow, you have 1 minute. Speedwell, you have about 3 minutes. Powell Valley, 8 minutes to get to your safe space. Over towards Town Creek, 12 minutes. Let's see, right around the Tipperell area, sorry, it's kind of hard to see so far away. Tipperell, about 17 minutes, 19 minutes if you're in the Harrogate area. Clouds, you have 21 minutes until this storm moves into your neighborhood. Big Bear in 25 minutes, and Tazewell right around 28 minutes with this one tornado warning. And we're tracking multiple thunderstorm and also multiple tornado warnings. So let's zoom out the bigger picture, show you exactly what we're seeing as far as the warnings and also that thunderstorm watch goes. I'm gonna put my phone down here real quick. Sometimes it's easier just to talk with your hands. All right, so we are monitoring 1, 2, 3 tornado warnings, which is highlighted by that shade of red. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 thunderstorm warnings. Again, we're not going anywhere. we are monitoring the system throughout the evening. We're not going anywhere until these tornado warnings have been allowed to expire. So again, this first one, that tornado warning in Campbell County, maybe. There we go. Campbell and Claiborne County, this is in effect until 9 o'clock this evening. So we still have about another 30 minutes before that's allowed to expire. Clairfield, Habersham, and Powell Valley. Let's go ahead and take a look at the hail. Again, this storm is producing around 3/4 of an inch in diameter of hail. What are we seeing? This is good news. All right, now we're looking at the vertically integrated liquid. And again, this is just another fancy tool to monitor the hail. So we're definitely seeing a decent amount right near the Clairfield area, going down towards Habersham, Fincastle, and also over towards the La Follette area. Let's go and take a look at the velocity as well. As far as the system goes, did it just lightning, guys, or did my eyes just blink? Did you guys just see lightning?
It may have been the lights flickering. Yeah.
Also, our equipment may be getting impacted from the storms as well. So we're watching a couple different couplets. Looks like we're seeing a little bit of rotation near the Clairfield area, also down towards Fincastle. So what we're seeing right there, the green's going one way from radar, the red is going another way from the radar as well. So if you're in this area, get to your safe space right now. So let's go and take a look at the radar loop as well, once again with the tornado warning, and then we'll take another look at another tornado warning and also the thunderstorm warning. So again, Campbell and Claiborne County till 9 o'clock this evening. TV, let's go and take a look at this tornado warning down here near La Follette and Jacksboro. Thank you. So this one actually could expire in the next 15 minutes. I apologize, I'm looking at my watch. We don't have a clock right here on the camera, but 8:45 for Campbell County. This includes Fincastle, Jacksboro, and La Follette. We could see hail, 1 inch in diameter. And what are we seeing right now as far as the hail goes, Tavian? Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but again, if you are anywhere in these highlighted shades of red, you are under a tornado warning until 8:45 or 9 o'clock this evening. The biggest concerns with these showers and thunderstorms, that potential for a tornado, also that chance for some large hail, 1 inch in diameter is possible. We've had multiple reports of ping pong ball size hail, quarter size hail, dime size hail, and also multiple reports of confirmed touchdowns with the tornado. So yeah, there's a lot going on with this right now. I mean, look at that near Fincastle. Yeah, that's a lot right now. So yeah, we're dealing with a decent amount of hail, and also we're dealing with some gusty winds. So let's go and take a look.
Yeah. Market Square, look at this storm that's passing by. It's got some intense lightning. We'll pull that up for you in just a minute. I don't know if you take it full or if we have to pull it up on ours. Yeah, it's Kaylee. We're looking at this strong to severe storm with heavy rainfall that's continuing to pass on by there.
Wow.
And again, it looked to the right-hand side. Boy, there was some pretty impressive lightning just popping right there as this strong to severe storm with some very heavy rainfall was passing right over downtown Knoxville and continuing to track on due east. That's a current look right now at Market Square with these strong to severe storms. Again, a lot of lightning passing to the east of Knoxville, heading towards Strawberry Plains, back to the west toward Oak Ridge and Carnes.
We're
also seeing a lot of lightning. See it pop?
Yeah, it's popping. Let's zoom in.
So there's a look at the radar. Tavian, let me let you take it away for a little bit. I'll get back to the wall. I did want to mention real quick, quarter-size hail being reported at Anderson County High School and in Farragut.
There we go.
Looked larger than quarter size in Farragut. So we have had confirmation, as Kaylee was talking about, some of these large hail reports moving in. Take it away, Tavian.
Absolutely. I mean, kind of like you've been hearing from Todd, we are seeing a lot of different hail reports come in, various sizes coming in with all of these different storms of really varying strengths as well. We were talking about those storms as they now made their way through the city of Knoxville. They are moving out of the main downtown region if you want to take a closer look at the radar right now. So those of you generally around the loop, we are seeing a little bit of openness. But as you get into the eastern side of Knoxville, getting a little bit further out into the burbs, that's when we see some more of some of that rainfall starting to pop up. So heavier rainfall getting over Chillouee High School, Ramsey House Plantation, Riverdale School, getting towards Mascot, Skagston, Strawberry Plains. We can kind of watch the direction of these storms as they continue to make their way over. Making that northeasterly track, going to be making their way into Jefferson County pretty soon if we continue to watch that. You see some of those lighter showers right there on the edge. So if we continue to watch that, make a little track here. That's not what we want. And we kind of take a look at the track here as we get over these next couple minutes. That's going to be heading through Strawberry Plains in the next couple of minutes. Kodak as well, Hodges, Bookerton, all in under 10 minutes. Then you get Dumplin coming off in about 12 minutes. New Market at 17, Flat Gap in a little over 20 minutes. Jefferson City in 25 minutes, as well as the Memorial Hospital and Mount Horeb. So all of you guys are going to be seeing these storms, and we'll be looking at the warning. We don't have anything as of right now in terms of severe thunderstorm warning, but we are still watching this strong thunderstorm with some pretty decent hail coming on along with it. You see there was plenty of lightning in this storm as well, and it's going to continue to make its way further out into the west. I'm going to clear that for a second just to show you this new, seemingly new severe thunderstorm warning that has popped up just further up into the north. So those of you in, it looks like it's just passing through Maynardville. So Maynardville, Corrigan, Luttrell, you guys are mostly in the clear, but that storm is now making its way towards Washburn, towards Rutledge. Let's see if we can zoom out a little bit, get that tornado warning out of the way. And there we go. So we're taking a look at this storm right here as this makes its way off to the northeast, right along Highway 131. So if we turn off those warnings, we can finally get a better look at what this system is going to look like as it makes its way over, heading towards Washburn, Thornhill. Washburn, you got about 5 minutes. Punch and Camp about 12. Dotson, just a little under 20 minutes. And then as you get closer into Thornhill, that gets closer to that 30-minute range. But again, this one is not severe as of right now. We are seeing a lot of lightning, likely some small, likely pea-sized hail coming along with that as well. We're going to continue to keep an eye on this storm as it makes its way through. Now I'm going to move out to the full regional view of our area, because along with these scattered storms that we've seen that so far have been along the front, we are now watching a more unified frontal boundary start to make its way through. We had seen some reports coming out of the Nashville area in Middle Tennessee about a wall cloud starting to shift its way in. And we look just into the area of Jamestown and Crossville. That is exactly what we're seeing. We're watching this frontal boundary with those stronger storms, plenty of that lightning making its way on through. We'll turn on the watches and warnings, see if there are any that have come up yet. And so far, there have not. It doesn't look like further off into the west we've seen any of those warnings pop up. If we scoot over just a little bit into parts of Middle Tennessee, looks like they're not having any new warnings as of right now, with some much lighter rain coming in behind it. So as we zoom in just a bit to those storms, we can take a closer look. If we can get rid of those tornado warnings for a second, you can see you've got a lot of those stronger storms now crossing their way again into Fentress County. So you guys are having a round two of sorts, really, if you can even think of it that way, going straight out of Pickett, down through Jamestown, down through Clark Range, Crawford, now going to be working its way in towards Crossville. You guys are going to be getting that part two as well, because those storms are going to be making their way out of Sparta. So if we can make a little bit of a track right now. Oh, well, that's a pretty intense zoom. We're going to zoom that right back out into the rest of the region. So, again, we're looking at that longer front. I think we're going to toss things over for a little bit in just a second, because Todd Howell, I believe, has some new information that he can show you guys about what we're seeing.
Yeah, thanks, Tavian. We will certainly reset here. Thank you, guys. Yeah, again, some confirmed reports of some large hail coming through portions of West Knox County and continuing to make their way due east. We have new thunderstorms, again, popping up in Monroe County, also McMinn County. There's the line of storms, as Tavian was just talking about, coming out of Middle Tennessee, accelerating, almost going to catch up with these individual strong to severe storms. A lot of lightning from Oak Ridge to Clinton. Watch out for the heavy rain and possible flooding. As Kaylee talked about a moment ago earlier, and just got a report that, thank you for the update, sirens were going off, tornado sirens in Caryville and La Follette in Campbell County. They stopped about 5 minutes ago. Again, not everybody has tornado sirens. Some communities and counties do. Not all don't. I would say this: don't rely on a tornado siren, because what if somebody's inside the house and has something loud going on or loud music? You may not hear it. So have your phone, your devices charged up. Have a way to receive severe weather alerts, and that's one of the best ways. A NOAA Weather Radio also here, and you can see the scrolls on the bottom of your screen here at Channel 10 will also give you that visual information. But have multiple ways to receive alerts. But just to throw that out there were tornado sirens going off in Campbell County a moment ago. New tornado warning also for Bell County until 8:45. And so heads up right along the from Bell County into Harlan County. And again, more of these storms moving in. Kaylee, I'll send it back over to you.
Todd, thanks so much. We got brand new information right there on our TDOT cameras. Looks like we have some crews working really hard right there. There's a car flipped over, if you can see it on the right side of your screen. It looks like it's right side up though, but it's right off the road right there, and you can see some crews right there working to make sure that person is okay. But like
the BAM, can we take that at the BAM?
Yeah, can we?
And you can illustrate that, because I see exactly what you're saying, Kaylee. Probably a hydroplane vehicle I think it's right side up. It's in a culvert there a little bit, but thankfully not too much, but looks like it's hopefully right side up, and but just probably spun out, although there is a guardrail just above there, so I'm not sure exactly how it got down there. Again, as Kaylee just said, Kaylee, continue. I didn't mean to interrupt. Apologies, but yeah, we can maybe
can we get TDOT in the BAM by chance, possibly, Kelsey?
If
all
not,
right,
it's okay.
we're working on it. We're working on it, but you can definitely see there's more people right there trying to help that person out on the side of the road right there. If you're looking at this is at 40 and Level Road. Looks like it might be eastbound. I think so. Looks like there's an E right there. We can see some folks right there helping that person out. They must have hydroplaned or something, but it looks like they're walking out unharmed, which is the good thing. So yeah, we are going to the BAM right here. Let's go and show you exactly. I know it's kind of hard to see it at first too, just because of all the lights right there, but this is what we're looking at. Those folks right there. So those people right there, I believe that was that person right there who was in the car. We got people right there, crews helping them out. So luckily, it looks like they're okay, but of course we'll get more reports as we learn more. So this is always a good sign, seeing them walk away from the vehicle. All right, let's wind out the bigger picture. What do we got, Tavian?
Severe thunderstorm warning, including parts of Campbell. Looking like we're getting to Morgan County as well. This is a fairly new one. It's a pretty large one as well. Seems like it's coming in ahead of some of those storms that we have that are about to approach from that greater front right now. So if we kind of track that over, those are going to be arriving sometime in these next couple of minutes. Didn't mean to turn off the radar. Meant to turn off those.
There we go.
And there's a new one for Anderson and Knox counties. If we zoom back out again, we can finally take a secondary look, and there she is. So a little bit of a busy moment we're seeing right now. We can get a little bit of a closer zoom kind of on this general area. So this region right now we are seeing, all right, we got to turn that guy off. So now we are seeing the severe thunderstorm warning for this greater line of storms that's currently in parts of Fentress County. That's going to scoot its way over into parts of Morgan and a little bit of Scott as well. And then as you get further down, you see the second tornado warning, or excuse me, the second severe thunderstorm warning that we have in parts of Anderson and Knox County. If you really zoom into that there, you include parts of Oak Ridge, you can really see how intense some of those storms are. So we're going to kind of move that around a little bit. We're seeing hail upwards of an inch. This one's going to be going until 9 o'clock. These seem to be heading further into the suburbs and further into the city of Knoxville. So if we kind of watch the track of that, it's going to continue to track just a little bit further north. And as we watch that continue, get into these next couple of areas. We're getting towards Carnes. We're getting towards Powell. Those of you guys are going to be seeing some of those heavier rains as they make their way through. But in the meantime, I'm going to send things back over to Kaylee. We've got a new angle of some new traffic that is on 40, and it looks like quite the backup we have right now.
Yeah, Tavian, thanks so much. Yeah, this is another accident we're looking at. You can definitely see the backup right there. This is right along I-40 and Walker Springs. Looks like crews have only one of those roadways open right now. Not exactly sure what's going on at the moment, but you can see some people getting diverted off to the exit right there. But if you're heading towards 40 and Walker Springs, be prepared for the slowdowns because we're seeing some accidents. But if you're heading westbound, you're fine. It looks like if you're heading eastbound, it's the westbound lane that looks to be a little bit more on the delayed side. I'm not sure exactly what we're looking at, but definitely looks to be delayed because of the weather. Kelsey, do we have any more TDOT cameras that we're looking at right now? All right, we're going to switch TDOT cameras. What? Wow. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. So the cars are going this way. Looks like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's kind of crazy. Why would you do that?
Did you see that?
Absolutely not.
What? All right. I'm glad he's okay, or that person's okay. What? All right, let's go ahead and take that full screen. Yeah, so this is what we're looking at 40 in Paper Mill. Oh my goodness. All right, so yeah, we have a good reminder to turn your headlights on. I mean, look how busy the 40 and Paper Mill is actually right now. First off, I'm glad that person got out of the way because the traffic really seems to be picking up, but oh my goodness, that was quite a scary sight. So we're seeing quite a few cars moving through there, but it looks like that vehicle does at least have their headlights turned on, so a lot of people heading that way towards 40 and Paper Mill. Yeah, be prepared for some delays. There you go. There, what? Do you guys see that?
You know what it is, though? It's most likely because they are on the wrong side of the road. They need to get to the exit, whether they're looking for some kind of help, but that's not the right idea.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad they're being okay. They're trying to stay safe, but do not drive in between, or do not run in between the cars like that on the interstate. And it looks like that vehicle spun out right there because, like Tavian mentioned, the cars are going one way, but that car turned the other way. But yeah, the roads are very slippery because of these very strong showers and thunderstorms. We'll keep an eye out on this, but yeah, if you don't have to go outside, wow, please do not go outside. We're still watching 40 and Walker Springs right there, quite the backup. You can see some more crews making their way right there, getting closer and closer to that accident. Not sure exactly what's going on right there, but we're still watching multiple lane closures right along 40 and Walker Springs. We're going to continue to monitor the TDOT cameras, but we still want to focus on those thunderstorm and those tornado warnings. This is what we're seeing. Tavian, can we zoom out, go to the ADI view, just see exactly what we're looking at, kind of do a little bit of a reset and show you what's going on. So first thing, if you are just tuning in, we are tracking multiple showers and thunderstorms for this evening. Right now, it's 8:43 on your Sunday evening. Right now, we're seeing 2 tornado warnings. That's indicated by that shade of red. That shade of yellow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thunderstorm warnings right now here in East Tennessee. So let's go ahead and zoom in. We can go to either the tornado warnings, maybe go to the one towards the fall at Tavian if we can. But we're seeing widespread showers and thunderstorms, but also look at all that lightning. That's lightning within the past 15 minutes. So tonight, just a perfect time to stay indoors. So here's that first tornado warning, I believe is what it was. Tavian took off the, yeah, there we go. Perfect, thank you. So again, tornado warning in Campbell County. This is in effect for another 20 seconds. So we're just gonna hang on to this. It's supposed to expire at 8:45. Let's just watch this just to be on the safe side because, I mean, look at that. Can we move up just a little bit, Tavian? Other up, down I should say. Because here we go. This is the tail end of the storm right there. So it's also moving northeast. So this should be expiring right now. Beautiful. All right, so let's zoom out and do another reset. As of now, there are no active tornado warnings in East Tennessee. There is an active tornado warning right now in Southwest Virginia. We can talk about that here for just a moment, but I really want to focus on those active thunderstorm warnings. So again, those of you in Southwest Virginia and even a little bit into Southeast Kentucky, still under a tornado warning. This is for Harlan County until 9:15 this evening. So this is another 30 minutes this will be going, but we're really watching those thunderstorm warnings right now. So Tavian, let's go ahead and zoom on back out once again, show you exactly what's going on as far as those thunderstorm warnings go. So if you're in Sevier County, down towards Maryville, Lenore City, Rockwood, south, you're good. But the further north you go, watching those thunderstorm warnings. So the first one we're looking at is, where's the arrow? There we go. All right, so the first one we're looking at is Anderson, Knox, Loudoun, and Roane counties. This is in effect till 9 o'clock this evening. So this is for about another 14 minutes. Again, no active tornado warnings, but we are watching multiple thunderstorm warnings at the moment. And if we can go ahead and put the track on this, Tavian, that would be awesome, because we're still seeing some very strong showers and thunderstorms, producing hail, looks to be about 1 inch in diameter. So that's quarter size hail. That's pretty big. That's about the size of my bracelet right here, or the size of a little smaller than your Apple Watch. So hail 1 inch in diameter, also tracking very gusty winds. We're seeing wind gusts anywhere between about 30, 40 miles an hour, if not even greater. So this system is moving about 30 miles an hour east-northeast. So if you're in Berkshire Wood, get to your safe space now. Again, we're watching active thunderstorm warnings at the moment. If you're over towards Stonebrook, you have 3 minutes. Westavia Woods, 4 minutes, 8 minutes until the system moves into the Third Creek area. West Knoxville, I know a lot of people live there. We have a lot of coworkers that live there. If you're in West Knoxville, you have that chance for some strong showers and thunderstorms within the next about 12 minutes. Again, no active thunderstorm or no active tornado warnings are issued right now, but we are watching Knoxville about 13 minutes. So downtown Knoxville, Smithwood, about 17 minutes, 18 minutes for Island Home right along Spring Place, 22 minutes and 25 minutes if you're heading over towards the Brookfield Acres area. Again, we are watching some of those numbers change, but we're just watching multiple thunderstorm warnings. I'm going to take a brief pause, do a little reset, but Chief Meteorologist Todd Howell has some brand new information. Todd.
Okay, thank you very much, Kaylee, and Tavian in the Channel 10 Weather Center as well. We do have a tornado warning for Pennington Gap area, right along the Harlan County, Kentucky line and Lee County, Virginia line. This is on the fringe of the Channel 10 viewing area, but we do have an individual tornado warning. So if you're watching us from Jonesville, Pennington Gap, and again, Kaywood in Harlan County, Kentucky, Jonesville, Pennington Gap, St. Charles, and Lee County, Virginia, again, this is a tornado warning. Rotation, damage and winds possible as this storm tracks off to the east and will continue to impact the northern portions of Lee County. Wow, look at that. Again, we cover a wide area here at Channel 10. We have 7 counties cover up in southeast Kentucky. We have Lee County in Virginia and 26 counties here in East Tennessee. So again, we cover a wide area, including that, we even can detect, and Doppler radar is detecting a pretty strong couplet. Look at that. Damaging winds, unfortunately, again, making their way to the east, leaving Harlan County, Kentucky, but this is the county line right here. This is Harlan County. This is Lee County, Virginia. Thank you, Tavian. And again, this is some potential strong rotation with damaging winds. So if you're watching this between Jonesville and Pennington Gap, you need to get to your safe place in Lee County, Virginia, as this could be some damaging winds. Your safe place is the lowest floor of your sturdy home or building, a sturdy structure. Again, the lowest floor, basement, ideal if you don't have a basement, the lowest floor away from outer walls and windows, an interior room like a bathroom, hallway, or closet, and at least away from the outer walls, and wait for that storm to pass. Some hail, but again, the stronger indication was that potential for some damaging winds and possible tornadoes. So that's a tornado warning that's going to be in place again for Lee County, Virginia, Harlan County, Kentucky until 9 p.m. The other fact we can kind of, yes, there's a look at radar. Thank you very much, Tavian, as this storm right along the Harlan County line into Lee County, Virginia, and that storm will continue to track due east. One of the other factors we're looking at, heavy rainfall. We've seen some impacts, and here's the track, thank you, Tavian, on this storm into Lee County, Virginia, and we'll talk more about that rainfall in a moment. But there's a look at some of the individual communities, 19 minutes or less, Pennington Gap, and I mentioned due north of Jonesville, between Jonesville and Pennington Gap in Lee County, Virginia. This is the storm right here that could have some potential rotation. Law Gap School. Our database on some of these the small community schools, the school may or may not be there. It's just a total side note. So if you see, oh, I remember that school was there 30 years ago. We understand. We got it. It's our company has to update that. Meanwhile, okay, here's what we're seeing right now. Market Square. There's the lightning looking off in the distance. That's now past Mascot and Strawberry Plains and continue to make its way into portions of Kimberlin Heights near Johnson University and continue to make its way out of Knox County into Jefferson and northern Sevier County, especially Jefferson County right there north of Kodak, and continue to make its way into Jefferson County. Now, one quick note. We've had strong to severe storms. We've had some tornado warnings. We've had hail reports. We've had some heavy rain. A little bit of good news here. Remember how we've needed the rain? We're checking that box right now. Some of you getting a lot of rain from Farragut, Hardin Valley, and Powell. Again, coming down, certainly not pleasant to drive in, but looking on the bright side for a moment. Thank you. There's a look at that rainfall potential. I think that's over an inch and a half, at least, right along the Anderson-Knox County line and adding up. Goodness gracious, yeah. That's a 5.5 inch total just outside our viewing area, but along the Tennessee-Kentucky state line. There's just over a ½ inch around Oak Ridge. Again, inch reports, thank you. Feel like these are, popping up like Wheel of Fortune. No, but about an inch and a half or so right along the Knox and Anderson County border, east of Knoxville, just starting to rain for eastern areas. But that's a look at the observed rainfall. But again, you get the idea what we're seeing as these stronger showers and storms. All right, back to what we're seeing right now, resetting with radar. And Kaylee talked about this a moment ago. The one tornado warning we have is for Harlan County, Kentucky and Lee County, Virginia, bounded by severe thunderstorm warnings. So damaging winds possible east of Ewing, heading toward Jonesville and Pennington Gap. And I mentioned between Jonesville and Pennington Gap. It's not there yet, but that's indicating, yeah, zoom on into this. And again, no, this is, if folks in East Tennessee, they may not be familiar with this area, but you know what? We got folks that all across a wide viewing area that we have to cover, and this is pretty strong couplet that Doppler radar is showing up in Morristown. I believe this is still Morristown's radar. It may be Jackson's. And look at that wind velocity, 78 miles per hour, seeing some strong inbound and outbound velocity. See where you see these brighter yellow colors? And again, we're looking at it from two different vantage points, but still decent velocity. And that's why there's a tornado warning that is in effect for Lee County, Virginia. Again, heading toward Jonesville and Pennington Gap. So you certainly need to be in your safe place. See this notch or hook? Put this phone away right here. Here's what's going on. That's what we're looking at. You've got the inflow into this notch right here. Whenever, if a storm is moving in, a lot of times there'll be some rain or hail. A lot of times if there's a tornado, it's on the back side of the storm. Yet the back end of it. It's not usually on the front end. It's usually on the back end. That's a look at the inflow notch that Tavian is illustrating right there. And again, that's what we're seeing. So this tornado, see what Doppler radar is looking at is the rain. But a tornado wraps the rain around it. There's actually a void of no rain where the tornado is located. And this is what we call the rear flank downdraft, where you have damaging winds on the backside of it. That's the notch right there. And so it's the tornado, potential tornado, or at least funnel cloud, wall cloud that's rotating, cyclonic rotation, twisting in this motion right here. That's wrapping the rain around the potential tornado. That's what we're seeing on Doppler radar. This is a look at reflectivity. And when we show you velocity, we're showing you the inbound and outbound colors, and that's the actual wind direction. There has to be something in the air, and to show the wind, like rain, dust particles, insects, birds, etc., whatever it may be. But that's what we're looking at with that rotation, and that's what we're seeing on Doppler radar. There's the velocity scan with the inbound and outbound colors. And again, that's a pretty strong couplet there. So again, in Lee County, Virginia, we want you to be in your safe place. Again, here's Jonesville. Again, Ford C. Quillen area right there, Law Gap School, and trying to read what that says. School may or may not be there right now, Bethel School, but again, it could be old on our mapping system. But either way, it's heading east toward Jonesville and Pennington Gap. And if you live near Hockett and or watching this, and also this town right there, you need to take cover in Lee County, Virginia. Fleenertown as well. That's going to be heading in your direction. I'll take a stab at it. Oconeta, that's about all I got right there. So that's what we're looking at as this storm tracks off to the east. Elsewhere, heavy rain, strong possible severe storms, again, occurring back down in the valley in around Knoxville. And again, we have seen the very heavy rainfall at times with the hail reports as well. Earlier, we had quarter-size hail. Thank you, Roberta in Clinton. Thank you, Alex Kane in Farragut, Campbell Station Road area. Thank you, Nolan, for also a report of some quarter-size hail being relayed from the Campbell Station Road area. And again, that's the tornado warning we have right now. Let me send it over to Kaylee and Tavian for some updated information. Thank you for staying with us, folks. We want everybody to be safe on this Sunday evening.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Tavian's going to head over to the BAM real quick, but we want to talk to you about what was going on right now in parts of Virginia right now. There is a brand new tornado warning that's just kind of extended off from the one that Todd just talked about just a moment ago. So this includes parts of Lee County. So this is Dryden, Jonesville, and Pennington Gap. We're going to continue to monitor this. This is still the same tornado warning that Todd had just mentioned about, but looks like it's kind of just being extended a little further east. Again, this is in Southwest Virginia. So we're going to continue to watch this, but looking all across the bigger picture, this is what we're seeing in East Tennessee. That is the only tornado warning we're looking at the moment in Virginia. We are watching 4 thunderstorm warnings, one right now in Virginia and also in parts of Kentucky, highlighted by that shade of yellow. But here in East Tennessee, let's zoom in just a little bit closer, get rid of that tornado warning. Again, all right, real quick, we do have a brand new thunderstorm warning, and then we'll talk more about the traffic conditions that we're looking at. Brand new thunderstorm warning, that just came down for Granger, Jefferson, Knox, and Sevier County. So this includes places like Corryton, here in Knoxville, Mascot, and Powell. This is in effect till 10 o'clock this evening, so this is going to be going on for about an hour or so. So we have a brand new thunderstorm warning that has been included for part of East Tennessee. So right now we are watching 4 thunderstorm warnings right now. The only tornado warning at the moment is in Southwest Virginia. You can see that right there. But again, if you are in Knoxville, everyone pretty much in Knox County under a thunderstorm warning. You can see that system right there. And actually, look at all that lightning as well. Those little white blobs that are popping up. Yeah, that's lightning within the past few minutes. So we're going to stop this radar loop here real quick. And actually, a good portion of Knox County is divided. So we're hearing rumbles of thunder here at the station, seeing some very heavy rain if you're in West Knox. Also still seeing some heavy rain. South Knoxville, right along the river, even downtown, not seeing the rain just yet. If you're in East Knoxville, no rain at the moment. But over towards Kodak, Skagston, Strawberry Plains, still seeing some of that light to moderate rain, but we definitely had that chance for some of these showers and thunderstorms to be a little bit more on the stronger side. So right now, we're watching that tornado warning in Southwest Virginia, and also that thunderstorm warning in Southwest Virginia and Southeast Kentucky. But also seeing right now 4 thunderstorm warnings for East Tennessee, and we are watching this one line right now moving in from Middle Tennessee, so spanning from Huntsville, Wartburg, Crossville, all the way over towards the Nashville area. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Could be producing another line of showers and thunderstorms within the next several hours. But we are going to take a look at our TDOT cameras, and for that, we're going to send things over to Tavian Whitehurst over at the Big Wall. Tavian?
Thank you very much, Kaylee. We're actually waiting just a second. We're going to try and get up our Market Square camera because you can see the darkness. Not only because it's getting dark outside, we're getting close to that sunset,
wow,
but you can really, look at that lightning strike as well as it starts to take over from the city, coming in from the west, moving into the east. It's active, it's busy, and it is encroaching on downtown. So you can see we've got those pretty often and consistent lightning strikes coming in just every couple of seconds. This is coming from the Market Square camera. Surprisingly, we don't even have our downtown camera working as of right now. Market Square is getting the job done. We're looking at this bit of shove cloud that I'm seeing right now, just coming in from the bottom. You got lightning ahead of and behind it, so that's going to continue to move through the Bearden area, through Fort Saunders, passing over all of the intersections of our interstates as you get into the downtown area. That seems like it's going to continue moving its way into the Market Square area. I mean, busy to say the least. Temperatures seemingly sitting in the 70s or so, and it's just a pretty, aside from this rainfall, it's pretty messy out there. You're watching that storm continue to make its way through the downtown area. It's going to continue moving through Knoxville as a whole. So honestly, if we want to switch back to a radar a little bit, we're going to keep seeing this rainfall push its way into the rest of the region. So this is a look again at that Market Square camera. You can see hopefully not too many people are outside because of this rainfall that we're seeing. So we can zoom in here into the Knox area. You can see again, we were just talking about, and 2 of them are out of the way. Look at that. So we're still continuing to watch this line of storms as it makes its way coming out of Anderson County and a little bit to the north as well, passing off of Union. Those are now gone. We're watching these very lightning-laden storms that continue to make their way into the city of Knoxville, seemingly passing a little bit on the more northern side. Not southern Knoxville, right across the river, not showing to get as much of that rain, but as you get here onto the northern side, going from west, storms right now sitting in Farragut, continuing to make their way over into the western northern side of Knoxville. So those of you along Middlebrook Pike, Clinton Highway, getting your way up to Powell, Fountain City, and further up north into areas like Halls, you guys are still seeing a lot of that heavier rain. Here sometimes we got right now Asbury, Skagston coming within the next 10 minutes, Strawberry Plains and Kodak coming within the next 15 minutes, Wilkerton, New Market, Jefferson City, all within about 20 minutes or so. That's sitting here behind me as you get further into parts of Jefferson County. You see some of those moderate storms making their way into Skagston, plenty of that lightning. We've got Woodlertown over here just about 16 minutes. They've got a pretty heavy downpour sitting over them as well. And we're going to continue to watch these storms here that are sitting over really the northern part of Knoxville continue to make their way further over east within this bubble as they work their way into Hamlin County. So now we are looking at 1, 2, and a new third severe thunderstorm warning as we look a little bit further out into the west. This is this new line that we've been investigating. We were really watching over these past couple of days to see whether this rain was going to come in 2 or 3 rounds or so, but it really has started to unify into just continuous action that we've been seeing since about 5 p.m. So there has been some conversation with the National Weather Service, and they've been saying for this secondary line of storms that have been coming along this front, we're hoping that they're going to stay sub-tornadic. So that's going to be keeping those winds under 50 or so miles per hour. Generally, we are still seeing those, which is why we have those severe thunderstorm warnings, but more so, we're going to be seeing less of that rotation a little bit smaller of that hail as well. But this is another new severe thunderstorm warning that has popped up, including Crab Orchard, Lake Tansy, and Lantana, mostly in Cumberland counties. This is lying just south of the Crossville area. You can see these storms here traveling right through, coming out of the Sparta region and leaving out of Spence. Is going to continue to push its way east over some of that water, possibly pick up a little bit more of that moisture, drop a little bit more. Looks like not too much lightning in that bundle in particular, but there likely is some lightning that is going to continue to follow behind it. We move a little bit further over into the east. You're seeing some more lighter scattered showers that also have a lot of lightning attached to them as well. It looks like I've got severe thunderstorm warnings on either side of me. So we got this one here that's getting into the city of Knoxville, passing over parts of Jefferson County as well. There we go. It's now including parts of Dandridge, getting into Jefferson County, moving right into the city. You can watch some of those stronger cells. More of that heavy laden lightning coming in very, very often and continue to pass as it makes its way over. Strawberry Plains, looks like you guys are going to be next within these next couple of minutes as we continue to make our way further into the north. So if you're traveling along 11 East, you're heading towards Maynardville, maybe a little bit of Sharps Chapel, Washburn, you guys are likely going to see some of these storms as well, even getting towards Bean Station. Jefferson City, you guys have a cell that's about to come right over top of you. Strawberry Plains, you guys are getting a little bit left behind, but we're going to continue to see this over at least the next half hour or so as we keep watching those storms. So taking a look at the lightning right now. And that storm is 9:45. So just a little under 45 minutes left. There is that tornado warning that we're seeing right here in parts of Harlan County. We were originally looking at some on the other side in Kentucky as well. And this one has since extended to include parts of Pennington Gap. Now, Todd was just telling you about this hook echo that we were seeing right here